Naresh, what are your BTST ideas for our viewers?
So that would be a buy on Canara Bank first. That's a stock which has seen a large correction and making a reversal today. Stop loss at 87, target price of 91. Second is a buy on NHPC. The stock has made a good basing out formation and breaking out. Stop loss at 83, target of 87.
All right, so those are the BTST ideas coming in from Naresh at this point in time. Devang, let me get your comments actually coming in for the entire space that is the real estate space. We did take a view actually earlier on the charts how the real estate space is looking like. What's your take coming in for real estate?
We generally sort of play it via allied plays, but honest to tell you the truth, a lot of ancillaries of real estate, be it a lot of power companies, be it capital good companies, be it even certain home improvement companies, which would tend to now do well. I think a lot of these companies didn't perform very well, but most of the pre-sales that you saw had a good sort of impact in the last quarter as well, and this to a few real estate promoters. I think you get to know that still the demand is good. I think even the luxury end of the consumption is still doing good, barring one or two companies which were slightly negative. But even the registrations have been quite strong. And with, I think, the summers approaching, a lot of sales also start happening during this period. With Gudi Padwa falling into this month, the festive season also is a bit of a good sentiment booster for them. So my sense, yes, this sector will do the creamiest or the meatiest of the rallies have happened in the last I think 1.5 2 years, but there is still some upside to go for this sector.
Okay, that's the entire take coming in the realty pack. Today, of course, it's a lot about those, crude sensitives. Look at the OMCs, look at what's happening on an ONGC. And then Bajaj Finance, of course, has been a very strong show. 89.37 on that stock, a good 3% move. In fact, from its 52-week lows, this stock, of course, began its recovery much earlier than the rest of the market. It's seen quite a bit of move. In the last 52 weeks, it's seen a 32% of an uptick. And maybe we should just bring up the last 2 months chart or 3 months chart if we can, because that's where the recovery from those lows actually began. That perhaps is the correct most chart. 3 months, 30% higher. It's seen a 2,000-point move. Devang, what's the view on the entire NBFC pack, led, of course, by leaders like Bajaj Finance?
You probably can't keep out good companies for long, and that is the reason why Bajaj Finance, Bajaj Finserv type companies are sort of now coming back. They showed the strength of the business model, and what classically people say is that form is temporary and class is permanent. So yeah, they are market leaders in their own sense, and I think they have delivered on numbers as well. They went through a sharp bit of a correction on the bourses, but I think most of the quarters, if you look at barring 2 or 3 quarters where they suffered a setback, there's good set of numbers. Plus also now even RBI has come to the support in terms of sort of laying down certain other foundations for this type of businesses. I think a lot of cleanup has been done not only by banks but also by a lot of NBFCs as well. I think from here on, if the credit growth comes back, I think a lot of these NBFCs tend to benefit from that type of credit growth as well.
Right, so that's a take coming in on NBFCs as we are actually inching closer to winding down for trade today. Let me actually get a quick chart check of what we should anticipate going ahead for the markets. Naresh, coming to you, what's your take? I particularly want to know what's your take coming in for the Smith space. What should one prepare for when you come next week? A brand new week. This week has been pretty good. You think we can see the replication of this next week as well?
So I doubt we could see a similar replication. We've seen a very strong move in a week. The expectation would be we could take a pause for a couple of sessions, but stock-specific action could be positive. So for now, time to be more stock-specific rather than index. But a pause for the next 2 days in the first 2 days of the week would be normal.
That's the take coming in the market right now. Naresh, great to have you on the show. Devang, good speaking with you as always too. I'm going to quickly hand it over to Snehi and wind up what's finally been a good, solid rebound of a week for our market. Snehi?
Absolutely, Aisha, like you summed it up, it's been a rebound for our market. You have Nifty, Nifty mid-cap, Nifty small-cap, all of them have reached their 1 month high at the end of this week. So very positive up move coming in over the course of the week. It's the 5th consecutive session of gains coming in. Let's pull up the Nifty and take a look at what that one is doing. You have an 0.8% uptick coming in on Nifty today. So that's 23,357. Remember, at one point we had managed to cross the 23,400 mark as well. But we've simmered down slightly from the day's highest point. But nonetheless, it's an uptick coming in of almost 0.7% on Nifty Bank. Let's take a look at what Sensex is doing. An 0.8% uptick has come on Sensex today. So that's also largely in tandem with what the Nifty has done. Advance decline ratio has largely been in the favor of the advances today. Let's pull up the India Weeks and see what that one is doing, because it was a 5% cut yesterday and we've seen a further cut of it's rather flat, but nonetheless it's in the red, so looking good for India Weeks as well. Nifty Bank, the real outperformer today, a 1.1% uptick coming in on Nifty Bank in today's trading session. The broader markets have once again done all the heavy lifting for the markets today, because you have the Nifty Mid Cap Index that is up almost 1.5%. Nifty Small Cap is exceeding all of these expectations, a 2% uptick coming in on the Nifty Small Cap Index today. Let's take a look at some sectoral gainers and losers in today's trading session. And most of your sectors, only barring metal, all sectors have ended in the green today. PSU Banks is your top sectoral gainer, the likes of PSB, Bank of India, Union Bank, Indian Bank on the back of that fundraise. All of them are in focus today. Nifty Pharma, Energy, Nifty Bank, Realty, Auto, FMCG, IT. That's the pecking order of all your gainers. And last, you have Nifty Metal, that's down almost 0.5% in today's trading session. It's the only loser in today's trade on the back of a cut coming in Nalco, Hindustan Zinc, NMDC, Jindal Steel, Hindalco, Tata Steel. All of these stocks have closed the day in the red. Some stocks to watch out for in trade today. The big buzzers today, of course, Manappuram Finance on the back of that 18% stake acquisition by Bain. You have Manappuram Finance that was up and away in today's trading session, and it's a 7.5% gain coming in. At one point, Manappuram was higher by 10%, but nonetheless, 7.5% gain is where the stock is going home with. Other stocks in focus today, you had a couple of other names, the likes of Glenmark Pharma on the back of that conjunctivitis drug approval that they've got, Hindalco on the back of the 45,000 crore investment that the company has announced, IndusInd Bank on the back of the appointment of an independent firm to probe into the discrepancies. Ola Electric, they are also issued clarification that this is just market chatter and their sales are still looking strong. On the back of that clarification, Ola Electric was up 8% in today's trading session. So that is a stock that has done pretty decently today. Hero Motor was in focus as they are going to be diverging into the electric three-wheeler market. So that foray is also looking good, and Hero Motor has closed with gains of 1%. And Railtel on the back of a 17 crore rupee order win coming in from the government, from the defense ministry rather. VATech Wabag also in a focus today. 100 million non-binding equity partnership is something that they've entered into, and that stock also up 9.5%. Some of these very high flyers in today's trading session have kept the market momentum going for the broader markets and in turn for the markets in general. GAIL was in focus today. It was a big bull brokerage for the day. Motilal Oswal has maintained a buy rating, target price of 195 rupees per share. That stock was also higher by 4% in today's trade. BHEL, they have also won an order from Gujarat Thermal Power Plant. It's an 870 million rupee order, so 2.5% uptick coming in for BHEL. That's all the stocks we wish to highlight in today's trading session. A phenomenal 5-day recovery coming in for our markets today, and Nifty closing above the 23,350 mark today. That's how we're ending this week.